AITA for not letting a coworker move in with me when she might become homeless. I, 32F, live alone in a one-bedroom apartment. Recently a coworker, let's call them Allie, has been coming to my supervisor to talk and visit almost every shift. They've been talking about how Allie has had a downturn in job performance and might be laid off soon. If things don't improve, Allie is nice and outgoing but not reliable when it comes to office work. The past couple of days my supervisor has been very interested in my living situation. Always asking how the area is, how I decorate my space, and how my relationship is with the property management. They have even started making comments about how lucky I am to live alone and how important community is. Yesterday after Allie's usual gossip visit, my supervisor messaged me on the company chat asking if I knew of any open apartments that Allie could rent for cheap. When I told them that there are only a few apartments in my building and they are all occupied, they asked me to come over to their desk for a talk. It turns out that Allie's current roommates are breaking lease and she needs a place to stay. For over a half an hour they went on about how I could let her live with me and how good it would be to carpool, split expenses, and have company at home. I tried to keep the shocked look off my face as I told them I felt for Allie and her situation, but that I want to live alone and that my lease doesn't allow sublets. My supervisor got visibly upset by this and kept pushing how we need to take care of our own and I have all this space that I could surely share for a while. I repeated that I am not looking for a roommate and left to get back to work. Not long after Allie walked past looking very upset and got into a whispered argument with my supervisor before storming off. Ever since then several coworkers have started giving me the side eye and water cooler talk quickly turns to how we are a family culture here and how nice it is to work with caring people. So AITA for not taking in a coworker. I don't really know when they might get fired soon. NTA. If they're so upset, she can move in with one of them. It's easy to be generous with other people's space, time, and money. They can all put up or shut up. NTA. Your boss massively overstepped in even asking you that. If she feels so bad for Allie, then she can offer her own couch for her to stay on. So can all of the side-eyeing, water cooler gossiping coworkers. NTA. But I'd go to HR. Not appropriate from your supervisor. NTA. She sounds like the sort of person who would stay forever, not clean up after herself, eat all your food, and never pay rent. In addition, her needing a place to live has nothing to do with you. And you are not responsible for making sure she has a roof over her head. In addition, your supervisor is way out of line on this one. I would document everything, and then contact HR. You could hold onto the document and do nothing else right now. 2. I would also tell your coworkers that if they're so concerned about the family culture, they should ask her to move into their homes. NTA. I would definitely be speaking to human resources because this oversteps so many professional boundaries. Your coworker's problem isn't your problem. And I don't see anyone else opening their doors to this person. Your supervisors are weirdly knowledgeable about everyone's living situation. And it's crossed a line. You are supposed to take care of your own. Who is the person they plan to fire? None of this makes sense. Obvious. NTA. NTA. You don't have all that space. You live in a one-bedroom apartment. And if she's not reliable when it comes to office work, then what makes you think she'd reliably pitch in for her half of the bills? Beyond that, you'd be breaking the terms of your lease, which is a legal contract. Whoever is telling you to take care of your own should practice what they preach. Ask them why they don't allow her to live with them. Your space isn't meant to be shared with a roommate. It's a one-bedroom apartment, for goodness sake. If your supervisor is so concerned with Allie's living situation, then Allie can move in with your supervisor. Try to get written evidence of this for potential backlash, as it will help greatly if you need to pursue legal action as a result of this. NTA. NTA. This is so inappropriate. If they cared so bad, they would offer her a room theirself. If this continuous go to hour and report, the entitlement is strong with them. NTA. This doesn't even make sense. They don't care enough to keep her employed and find a solution. Yet they want you to open up your home to her? On what planet is this story taking place? NTA. If they are so concerned about her, I'm sure the supervisor or one of your colleagues has a sofa she can sleep on that's just as good as yours. They aren't a community, just judgmental people who would rather it be your problem than theirs. Is this fake? NTA if it isn't fake. But why on earth would they fire her if they're so worried about her becoming homeless and have a family culture at work and expect another employee to house her? Why can't they do it? NTA. Tell your supervisor how wonderful they are for offering to take Allie in. NTA. This is next level crazy. You should have just asked your supervisor, why don't you take her in if it's such a family here? NTA. That's not a small favor to ask of someone. And if they think it is, then tell your supervisor that they should let Allie move in with them. NTA. WTF is wrong with those people? What does their living situation have to do with their job? Why is that supervisor meddling in people's private lives? I have so many questions. Oh. Your supervisor should only be discussing work issues with you. Asking if you knew of any available places was fine. Suggesting that Allie could come live with you was bordering on inappropriate. Telling you that you needed to take her in was a crossing the line. Your supervisor only has authority over you at work. What you do at home and in your personal life is your business, not theirs. What's stopping your supervisor from housing Allie if this is so important? NTA. NTA. It was highly inappropriate for your boss to put pressure on you like that, especially when it has nothing to do with work. Is there a reason why Allie cannot stay with your supervisor, seeing as they are all about family? NTA. If your supervisor wants to help with her living situation, then he can do it himself. Put her up or help pay rent in a new place. If he isn't willing to do that, then we know how important community actually is to him. Edit. Oh. Or the coworkers could too. Even pool resources. Why are you the parent who is required to provide housing in this family? NTA. Maybe speak to human resources about this. Your supervisor should not be so nosy and intrusive into your living situation.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Aircast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.